Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Mike. I am from Cleveland. Thank you. It's about what that deserves. Thank you. I'm having a great summer in Cleveland, Ohio. I've been going to a bunch of weddings. I like a good wedding. Obviously, the best part about a wedding is the alcohol. I love alcohol at a wedding. In fact, I have a game at every wedding that I go to. My goal at every wedding is to drink so much booze that the cost of the booze that I drink surpasses the cost of the gift that I got for the couple. Because that means I just won your wedding, by the way. I went to a real fancy wedding early in the summer. It was a real elegant wedding. I knew it was going to be fancy as soon as I got there because they had valet parking. That's a nice feature, isn't it? That is, of course, unless you're like me and you drive a really shitty car, and then valet parking just becomes embarrassing at that point. Valet's always real condescending to me. He's like, oh, yeah, well, we wouldn't want to leave this hot little number just parked on the street, would we, Governor? Oh. Has anybody else here ever had a car so shitty that you actually had to tell the valet something about your car when you gave it to him so that he didn't injure himself while trying to operate it? Because I have. I gotta be like, hey, Chief, let's talk about this driver's side door here, all right? And this doesn't happen all the time. It's actually been pretty good lately, but just in case this happens, sometimes this driver's side door, it comes off. The whole door comes off. If that happens, just put it in the back seat. I know how to put it back on, all right? There's a trick to it. Don't even try to do it yourself. Oh, and also, there's no steering wheel. You'll notice that. You just gotta work the nub like this. That's how you steer. Like you're a little baby raccoon washing his food. Like this. You'll be all right. Take her easy. I have a really impressive employment history. I worked at one of my favorite gigs was I worked at a place called Arby's for a while. I don't know if you guys up here are familiar with it. It's a really upscale roast beef bistro. Very elegant. Very elegant. I worked as a cashier at Arby's. Not back in the kitchen like some loser, all right? I was up at the... My least favorite thing about there were a lot of terrible things about working at Arby's, don't get me wrong, but my least favorite thing about working at Arby's was whenever somebody come in and complained to me about stuff at Arby's that I, as a cashier at Arby's, clearly had no control over whatsoever. I'll give you an example. Middle-aged lady comes into my Arby's. She says, "Excuse me, why did you get rid of the home-style fries?" I was like, what? She said, "You used to have your choice of home-style fries or curly fries. I preferred the home-style fries. Why did you get rid of them?" And I said, "Well, lady, let me just start by saying you did the right thing coming to me." I mean, clearly I'm a pretty big wheel in the Arby's organization. Let me ask you this. What gave it away that I'm the one calling all the shots around here? Was it when you saw me just moments ago mopping up a child's vomit in the dining room because a fat kid ate his jalapeno poppers too fast? Is that when you're like, there's the man in charge. I'll take my grievance to him. Well, regardless, lady, let me tell you why I personally decided to get rid of all the home-style fries at all the Arby's around the world. I was at an Arby's corporate retreat in Miami Beach, Florida. All the big wigs and the muckety-mucks like myself were there, lady. Team building. I was playing golf with the president of Arby's, Tom Arby's. So, great guy, salt of the earth, Tom Arby's. So Tom Arby's says to me, he says, "Mike, you're an idea man. You got any hot new ideas that'll help us take Arby's to the next level?" So I'll tell you one thing, Tom Arby's, I'd get rid of those goddamn home-style fries if I were you. Long story short, lady, by the time I get back on the Arby's corporate jet and it lands to drop me off outside my rental home in Cleveland, Ohio, home-style fries are abolished around the globe. So yes, ma'am, it's my fault you can't have any home-style fries. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've just been informed that some prankster left an upper decker in the men's room. And it's part of my job to go fish that turd out of the tank. I bid you good day, and I just walked away genuflecting like this. And I quit. That's how you quit Arby's, everybody. I'm Mike Polk. Thank you very much for having me.